this car, which is a car that I really like. It's not the nicest car in my stable because it started its life as supposedly a rental car. We were gonna rent it out. I had a couple E36s that I rented out for drifting back then. This was one of the cars that I purchased to become a rental car. We rented it out a couple times and then we basically used it to test parts. So we made a couple parts like the pushrod suspension in the rear and a couple other things that we tried out on this car, so it became kind of a test vehicle. It was painted white in 2013, I think, or 2014. And we rushed the cage on it because I qualified for an event on Friday and the organizer said, thank you for qualifying, but you're not allowed to compete because you need to have a cage, and the event was the next day. So we put this car on the trailer and put a cage in it overnight. And then a couple of years later it only got painted for the first time. It used to be blue, the dark metallic blue that all of them are. We had some really wild aero on the car, a huge wing that reduced the top speed by 30 kilometers an hour, so about 20 miles an hour slower just because of the wing. This was one of the first, I think this was the first car outside of America that had a felony form kit. I bought it, I waited quite a little bit, quite a time for it, but I was really happy with it because the guy, Oliver, who designed it, he didn't like that BMWs had a different height of the arch in the front compared to the arch in the back, because the wheel arch in the back sits lower. So that's the whole reason he made the felony form kit. Super happy with the look of the car. A lot of people always say that this is the favorite car. For me that's a little bit weird because the other two, the Black Pro cars, are so much nicer and so much more time spent on it. This car was never built. This was always a little bit of an evolution of stuff. But it always did really well. I don't think it ever, one time the differential locked up when I just had bought the car, but apart from that we never had any technical problems with this car. I did more than 30 events back to back. Whenever we do a poll on Insta or something, a lot of people vote for this car as their favorite. We call it Cinderella because it always has to do all the dirty work, but it never gets any credit. So the other siblings of Cinderella, that's where everybody talks about the black V8 car, and everybody's like, wow, that's so well put together. But this is actually a little bit closer to the spirit of grassroots drifting. This is what anybody could build in their home. It has a fiberglass hood, it has like a very simple cage that we really rushed. It has fiberglass boot lid, it has Lexan windows, has cut out doors. Has a locket on it, obviously, you can guess. The bash bars, all kinds of small things were first made on this car before we start selling them. So I'm really happy to be driving this car again. It was actually retired in 2019. It's really had a really tough life the past 10 years, but we patched it up a little bit again, and it's gonna live to fight another day. Ultimately, I want to build one ultimate E36. I have another super wide body kit, and I want to make one car that's going to have both this body kit and the wide body kit, so I can just swap it out if I want to run big wheels or if I want to run these wheels, because I really love the look of this car. So yeah, I hope you guys like it too. Let me know what you think. So here you can see the engine. It's a standard 325i non-Venos. We run the larger radiator on that car. I've actually modified the viscous fan, made it the blades a little bit shorter so it has less drag. I always run an extra reservoir on the power steering for two reasons. It's much easier to fill it from here because it sits all the way down there on the engine mount. So we fill it over here, and it's also venting in here, so you can it doesn't overflow or pop off the lid, which happens with these. I really like this feature. So there's a very easy way to pull out the air filter on these. Just pull the thing up, it comes off. Just left it standard, has some small holes drilled in it just to make it sound a little bit better. The weld plates that we have now are first developed on this car. So the bumper basically comes off if you remove that clip over there. It just pulls off, and it has the bash bar over there. You can see it has the toe strap sitting right there, and you can also jack it up over there. We have this bash bar, of course, in the web shop. Here you can see the push rod suspension that we made. We used revalved O-lins, shock absorbers, and yeah, so the rear end is really in bad shape right now because of actually 2 crashes. So we were thinking about cutting it off. We actually have the parts for that, but we are gonna make that one special car instead of fixing up this one. And on the inside it's pretty standard stuff. It's a little dark over here. It has a handbrake, of course. There's some kind of FD style harness bar, Sparco Pro 2000. I never skimp on safety, so I always put a good seat and good belts in it. I cut those fenders in just to see what happened. I still really like that look. It's had a lot of bangs and a lot of contact in battles and stuff, so it's not that neat anymore. But yeah, I really like the look of that cut fender. It's usually done in racing for making sure the hot air can escape from the wheel wells. I just thought it looked cool, and there was a lot of corrosion on the underside of that fender, so we simply cut it off and folded it inwards. So here it looks really shitty because it's been bashed in and pulled back so many times. Like, it's incredible. That's so cool, the felony form. Like, this shape is so nice that it folds out like that. I had 265s in the back on this car because a lot of people say, oh, felony form, it's not such a wide body kit. I really want a wide body. Well, you can fit the standard E92 M3 wheels can fit on this car, so I think that's pretty wide.
Hey guys, it's 7 a.m. Just woke up, about to take a shower, and then head to the shop.
So we're about an hour away from the racetrack, and see you guys there. It's quite expensive over here. It's 90 euros just for these canisters, so that's quite expensive over here. Petrol is super expensive. Are you happy, Thijs?
I'm very happy.
Temperature good?
Temperature is, it's okay. You can't do too much laps, but it's okay. But the wise whip that I put on it, that you probably saw in the other video, that's awesome.
You like it?
Yeah, it's the best.
You have a good auto center steering wheel?
It's just really reliable. Everything you want to do, it does.
You can
if you want to make it twitchy, it's twitchy. If you want it to be like
smooth,
yeah, you can make it smooth. But I'm in between, so
that's good. That's great.
Fantastic, yeah.
Good to hear. It looks so stance, like it fits the body kit so well. It became patchy. That's why I spun in front of you, because it was dry wet.
Yeah.
It was patchy, and then it gripped, and then I ran out of talent.
want to thank you for the ride along.
Oh yeah,
I will plug all your socials in the video
Thank
description.
you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Great to see you in real life.
Yeah, man.
It's very difficult when I wear the
Likewise.
helmet. I don't hear anything. So yeah. No,
Oh, that's the guy.
that's me. It's me. No, let me put on the little sponsor hat, and people usually go nowhere without my Wiseweb hat. No, so thank you so much for coming along, and I can't wait to see the video.
Yeah, man.
Yep, that's some bad luck. Of course, I would have preferred if it wouldn't have happened, but it's just one of those things. We already scraped the wall over here many times. Like this is like that's done like on a different occasion. I think it could even be saved. This is like really bad, like the support for the rear window. It drove really well still. The whole day we did like a lot of laps. I think we did, I don't know, anywhere between 60 and 80 laps or something like that. Totally fine, really happy with how the car drove. It's not the fastest car, but it's still entertaining. It's just cosmetic. Let me sleep on it.